lost 2 jobs, my 4-year relationship, all my jewelry. Girl, it's been a year since I've been back living in Atlanta. If you want to hear all about this move, how this year has been, girl, just child, keep on watching. Are we finally doing this? Hey girl, hey, it's me, Dymond, and I am back with another video. Oh my gosh, y'all, saint. Can I film? I was originally gonna film a I moved big life update with y'all, but girl, one thing led to another. Life got in the way and we did it, and now we're at a year, so yeah, here we are. On the blog, I did a blog series all about my 1 year in Atlanta. Girl, I did one where I shared the entire in-depth of how I moved, literally from, I had timestamps and pictures, and girl, it was a whole thing. It's all gonna be in the description bar for you if you want to catch up on that series. The second part was all of the lows that I went through and the highs. Girl, this year has been a complete roller coaster. Complete roller coaster. Part 3 was 12 lessons I learned in 12 months. That, girl, it's been a journey. I feel like this was my first leap into adulthood. Let me go back. Most of y'all know. If you don't know, let me catch you up. I graduated from Clark Atlanta University in December 2019, and then I moved to Detroit with my parents for 4 years, three and a half years. Yeah, I was living with my parents, girl. I was fortunate and blessed to not have to pay any bills, girl. My money was my money. The only thing I paid for in that house was I would get like toiletries, like tissue, detergent, stuff like that. I wasn't kicking out rent. I wasn't really getting groceries, girl. I wasn't getting anything. Okay, those 4 years living at home, we balled out. Okay, we balled out to no return. I kid you not. I was on a plane at least minimum twice a month. It was one point when I was flying every single weekend. Like, girl, I was gone. Oh my gosh. To think about it, girl, we were living our best life living with our parents. It was just a dream. It was supposed to be for a year, but COVID happened and it turned into longer. This is Saint. Saint is our newest addition. We got a puppy in July. He is a Shorkie. He is just having a day, okay? I forgot how having a puppy has been. Dior, when I moved, she was coming back and forth between me and my mom, and girl, Dior is a country dog through and through. She is not for the city life, and we live in Midtown, girl. It just, baby, yeah. She comes and visits, and I go see her, but baby, Dior was not built for this life, okay? Was lonely, and I wanted a dog. I told y'all this is my hardest year yet. And when you're having a hard year, what do? You make a purchase, and this was my best purchase. Literally, if you haven't already, I would suggest you go back and read my part 1 of my vlog, because I shared how the move came to play. Girl, I kept saying I was waiting on God, but the reality was God was waiting on me. My therapist had asked me, like, girl, are you waiting on God, or is God waiting on you? Have you met him and done anything towards your move? I'm like, no, because I don't know where I want to go. Like, I'm waiting for God to tell me where to move, because I was really torn between moving back to Atlanta, moving to Miami. I looked at like New York City, and then I looked at Houston a little bit too. So I really was just torn. I looked at California, girl. I was like, wherever. I wanted to go anywhere. Anywhere that's like city feel, that was what I wanted. And so I remember asking God, like, wherever you want me to go, but girl, I didn't do nothing else but ask him. And I remember talking to my therapist and telling her, like, God's not responding. I keep asking him, where should I go? Where should I go? Where should I go? But like, he's not answering. And she was like, you know, once you take a step, he'll redirect you or push you along. And I didn't know what that meant until I literally applied for a transfer with my job, and it's like once I applied for the transfer, the rest of the levels unlocked. Literally, once I did my step, God literally met me where I was. Like once I applied for the job, the apartment search was on and popping, baby. I was literally flying to Atlanta every single weekend for like 4 or 5 weeks. I was coming here every single weekend, looking at like 12 apartments in a day, looking at mid-rises, looking at high-rises, looking at everything. My parents are troopers, and I'm so grateful because, girl, they was on a plane with me looking at apartments. This was my first big girl move, I guess you can say. I moved for college, but girl, I was 18 and I lived in a freaking dorm. For me, moving to Atlanta at 18 to go to school is completely different than moving for like adulthood. I'm not on campus. I don't have RAs on my, like, watching me, girl. It's not the same at all. It's not the same at all. I don't have to get up and go to class, girl. It's just different. It is completely different. Originally, I moved into a 1-bedroom, girl. It had floor-to-ceiling windows. It was so pretty. And what's crazy is when I first decided to move, like, I'm gonna do it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start off moving into my mid-rise, and then when the time is right, I'll move into my high-rise with the floor-to-ceiling windows. And baby, God was like, oh, ye of little faith. Girl, it's like it all just unraveled, and I ended up moving into my 1-bedroom, which was so cozy. And girl, that 1-bedroom was my jam. I'm acting like I ain't just moved out that 1-bedroom, girl. That 1-bedroom was lit though. We had some times in that apartment, like between friends being over and little kickbacks, and girl, our moments by ourselves. That apartment was cute. So yeah, we moved into our 1-bedroom and transferred our jobs. I thought when I moved, because I waited so long, girl, I'm like, it's gonna be perfect. Mind you, I moved with $2,000. My little money was poof. My little $2,000 I thought I was doing something with was gone, because baby, first month security deposit, it wasn't even enough. Okay, but that's the thing with God. He will take your not enough and make it more than enough. Because baby, my mom was like, I want to gift you $5,000 for your move, which was a blessing. My grandmother bought all my kitchen stuff. My grandfather bought my like major furniture. My dad bought one of my TVs. Like, girl, when I tell you everybody was chipping in, girl, it was a community. And I'm so grateful for them around me. When I get rich, I'm a ball out on my family. Going back, I remember when people would say that they're moving home after college, I always thought that was so stupid. But for me, moving home and with my parents for those almost 4 years was the best decision I could have ever made. When I moved back home, I was 22. And girl, I was not ready to move on my own. I was so childish. I just was not ready at 22. And I thought I was ready. I thought moving home was like a step backwards, but girl, no, it was not. I got so close to my family being home in those 4 years. Like, me and my mom have always been close, but I don't know if it's COVID or just my time being home as an adult, but I got so close to my parents, my little brother, my nana, my aunt, my little cousins. Like, I got so close to my family by moving back home for those 4 years. It was the best decision. Like, honestly, I really wish and I hope in the future we all can live in the same state, because girl, it's nothing like family. That's the one thing I do miss by being away. But yeah, we moved. And girl, I thought because I waited my 4 years that my move would be perfect and that things would just align and I would have no problems. Girl, the devil is a liar. And the joke was on me because baby, 6 months after moving, I lost my job because I really wasn't doing my job. It was a hard year. Lost my job and I didn't tell anybody. I remember when I got fired, calling my mom like back to back and she wouldn't answer. And I remember driving and I'm in the car crying. I'm literally crying. Hear God vividly saying, hush. And in the moment, I'm like, dang, I can't tell my mama. Like, this is my homegirl. I literally tell my mom everything. Well, almost I tell my mom a lot of stuff. So not being able to tell her this was very hard. And I think God didn't want me to tell her, because I come from women, men, family, whoever, people who fix it. Like my mom is a fixer, my grandmother is a fixer, my dad is a fixer. I come from people who are fixers. So had I told my mom that I lost my job, girl, they would have paid my rent, even if they couldn't afford to. They would have just been paying my rent. They would have just been paying for me to just live my life. And I think God wanted me to only depend on him. And that's what I did, girl. Literally, I started a little side hustle. I was always bartending on the side. I was bartending. It was just like, money was just like, my mom would text me like, hey girl, I'm about to send $200 because I feel like it. Like, it was just like, I never wanted for anything. I never lacked anything. My bills were still paid. I didn't get evicted, girl. I didn't end up on the side of the street. Like, it just, God literally was like carrying me through those 3 months without my main job. And then I ended up losing my bartending gig because they accused me of stealing $17. It was another blow to me. I lost my second job in the midst of not having my main job. Like, how do you lose the side job when the main job? I just was so distraught. Girl, I lost all my jewelry. I remember I went skydiving for the first time, which was amazing. I would definitely do it again. But girl, as I was jumping out the plane, I felt my diamond earring coming out my ear, and I'm like, it was like I was moving in slow motion, and when I went to grab it, all I could grab was the back. Girl, the earring was gone. Like, and in that moment, I had to like get out of it, because like you can't focus on that earring, girl. You're jumping out of a plane. Don't even let your brain go there. So I was like, okay. Like, the man behind me was like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Girl, I was pissed. I was pissed. I went to New York City for a baby shower, and I was coming back, and I was on the little train, and my bag like dumped over, and I remember hurrying up because the train had just opened, and put everything back in my bag. And girl, I left my 2 bracelets. I had a Louis Vuitton bracelet and I had a David Yurman bracelet. I had a diamond watch that came up missing, girl. I think somebody stole it, but I probably could have just misplaced it. Who's to say what's the truth? And then on top of that, what else did I lose this year? Ooh, girl. Baby, my financials were pushed to the limit, okay? I ain't never been so broke in my life than I was this year. I was in a long relationship that ended this year. I wasn't going to talk about it because I don't like talking about things like this, but it took I ended a relationship, and it was very hard for me. I'm a recovering people pleaser. So breaking up with someone is hard because you think about, I don't want to be the bad guy, or I don't want to be the villain, and I don't want this person to, like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. But it was like something that I had to do because it just wasn't our time. I think we were just on 2 different chapters. I think holding on was causing more damage than releasing. So yeah, even though it was my decision to break up, it's still hard. It was a long relationship. The feelings are there. I think sometimes your feelings will allow you to stay in something that has expired, and I think we had just run our course, and we were just holding on to something that was past its expiration date. Plus, this was my first time ever breaking up with somebody, which was very hard. Maybe I'll go into more on this later, but it just, oh girl, that is part of the reason why I got sane. Let me just say that. A week after I broke up with him, I bought Sane. That's what we're gonna do on that. So I lost 2 jobs, my 4-year relationship, all my jewelry, but I never lost my mind. I I know it sounds like this year was all bad, but I promise it was not. I did my first 40-day Daniel fast this year, which brought my relationship with God like to another level. And through each hardship, I feel like I just drew closer to him. Like, I was talking to a friend and she was like, I couldn't even tell this was your hardest year. Like, you carried it so well. And I'm like, girl, that was God. That was not me. It's no way I was literally without a job and still smiling, happy, going out with my friends, kicking it. Like, do y'all like it's a testament to how kind and faithful God is, because I had so much peace. Like, I never worried like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get put out? That thought never crossed my brain. Like, I just knew I would be okay, you know? Aside from my fast, I went to the Sherry Shepherd show and I sat front row, and girl, I went to Panama City with my mom for her birthday. I got a new job that pays more than I've ever received from a job, and girl, I got a new side hustle that I got going on. I found my true like Christ identity. Girl, it just, the good has definitely outweighed the bad. I got a new puppy. Girl, we did a lot. I feel like I lived 3 lives in this year, but I am excited for this second year to see what all is in store. Girl, we're single, we're living. I'm not dating right now because in October I decided, girl, I am anti-men. Girl, I'm not texting a man, I'm not talking to a man. If I go outside, I don't even want to converse with a man. Girl, I'm not rude though, so like, it's a whole thing. We're not dealing with the male species for the rest of 2024. That's something maybe we'll get into next year, girl. I don't know. But right now, I'm worried about me. I'm worried all about me. I'm worried about, we moved into a 2-bedroom corner unit. Girl, I'm excited about this new chapter. All that, like, gonna come. Like, your girl turns 28 this year. Like, girl, this second year living in Atlanta, I feel like the first year was our struggle. Our first year was our figuring it out. But maybe this second year, I'm coming back for everything that I lost and more, okay? I had to figure some things out in the first year. This second year, it's about to go crazy. So, yeah, that is my life updates. I know I didn't share everything, but I shared a lot. I didn't save because this was something I didn't think was gonna happen. I don't know, girl. I did not save, but I definitely would say save your money. Save more than you think. If you think you want $5,000, girl, just double it. But also, I would say don't get stuck behind saving that you never push. You know, sometimes we can get stuck so hard in the planning and preparing that we never take that next step. So yeah, I would definitely say save your money, but also have some faith. 2, I would say have a support system. My support system, my family, my close friends, baby, they carried me through this year. Even though I didn't share with them like the things that were going on, I just have a really good support system and people who are always praying for me and, you know, uplifting me, and they don't even have to know I'm having a bad day and I get a text from my mom saying, hey girl, I love you, keep going, you know. So yeah, I would say support system, save more than you think, and take the limits off. That's one thing I wish. I'm a big dreamer, but then I don't know where it like shrunk into like, well, reality says this. Girl, I don't care what the reality say. We serve a almighty, all-powerful God. You think it's small will keep you behind. God is huge. He's the same God who parted the Red Sea. You don't think he could make your little dream come true? I'm just saying, girl, just do it. I feel like so many times people are like, oh, well, I need this, or oh, well, I need that. When you take your step, if it's what God wants you to do, he will meet you. And if it's not what he wants you to do, he will redirect you. I promise you. Because I remember when I was looking at Miami and I applied for a job in Miami, girl, I wasn't getting anything. That was not where he wanted me to be at that time. So he redirected me to Atlanta. So I would just say, take your steps and allow God to redirect you or direct you or partner with you. Girl, you don't have to do this thing called life alone. I promise you. Your plans are like this, but God plans are like huge. So yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited to really be getting on YouTube. I'm excited to really be figuring this thing out. I kind of want to do this series on YouTube where we're like living alone diaries, single diaries. I don't know, I'm playing with the names. Why my camera cutting off? But yeah, that's all we're gonna get into today. If you have any questions or you want me to expand on any of these things, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm excited to go on this new journey of year 2 with you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video.